Hello, internets. Jesus loves you. My name's Cody, and this is the Christian News Show we do on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with geeksunddergrace.com. And the first thing I want to talk about today is I Am Second. It's been around for quite a while, but if you haven't checked it out, now is a good time to do so. And that is because they have just made a mobile app with exclusive content. So the basis of I Am Second is just a bunch of testimonies. I know Soul Surfer is on there, the guitarist of Korn, Brian Head Welch. There's a ton of them. Most of them are celebrities who came to Christ, and it's very cool to see. Next up, I want to talk about the Hillsong conference in Australia. First of all, Justin Bieber is going to be there. And apparently I have a weird fascination with the guy becoming a Christian. He just has so much influence. And he's going just as a visitor, which I think is very cool. He's not actually going up and speaking or anything. He's just there checking it out with everybody else. I'm waiting for this dude's Christian album. It's gonna happen. But the bigger story about the conference is actually Mark Driscoll. They were going to show an interview about him at the conference, but 3,200 people signed a petition so that he would not be there. And Hillsong pastor Brian Houston said, okay, we're not gonna have Mark Driscoll come because we don't want this controversy being the focus of the conference itself. And then they showed the video of the interview. So at least 3,200 people are kind of angry at this guy right now. Brian Houston has not released a statement as to why he released this interview. But I mean, the interview is about God's grace and God's love, and I feel like no better person to hear that from than Mark Driscoll. I mean, he has needed God's grace in the last few years. I know a lot of people are incredibly angry with Mark Driscoll, but maybe we need to practice a little bit of God's grace ourselves. And from that, we go to the final story of the day, which is about Mount Zion AME Church. And so a little bit of backstory. Since the Charleston shooting that happened a couple weeks ago, there have been 7 churches that have been set on fire in the South. And all of these churches were predominantly black churches. And a big reason I like doing the show so much is that because sometimes the headlines do not tell you everything. Over the last week or so, what I have gathered from headlines and Facebook posts is that all of these were arson and all of them were hate crimes. So keep in mind, out of these 7 churches, only 3 of them have been ruled arson. Now, none of them are being called a hate crime, but let's be honest with ourselves. Also keep in mind, there are 4 churches left that are not ruled arson. One of them seems to be a lightning strike that hit the church and set it on fire. The other 3, though, may still be under investigation, in which case there is no ruling yet. They still possibly could be hate crimes. Also, you should definitely know, because this is such a heated conversation right now. That being said, misinformation aside, there are still 3 churches that were intentionally burned down. So, as always, prayers out to the victims who have been impacted by this. I mean, the fact that people are still burning churches as though they're like the KKK is just mind-blowing to me in this day and age. But that's where we end today's show. So, question of the day, do you think that Brian Houston should or should not have posted that video during the conference of Mark Driscoll? As always, I want to know what you guys have to say, so please leave a comment in the comment section below with your answer. Make sure you check out geeksunddergrace.com for more geek content. My name is Cody Armour, bringing you Christian news in a not so boring kind of way every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In closing, let the haters hate, let the Christians pray, and to everybody like, subscribe. I will see you later, and God bless.